This episode of Approach the Bar with DanceBeat is sponsored by The King's Ball, held at the Meadowlands, New Jersey from November the 30th to December the 3rd. Welcome to Approach the Bar with DanceBeat. Today we are going to discuss the World Pro Rhythm that happened at the recent Embassy Dance Championships in Irvine, California. I am extremely lucky today to have a former World Pro Rhythm champion. He also does something on television, but I have no idea what that is. Mount Kisco's finest, as I used to know him, Mr. Tony Davolotti.
Thank you for having me, Chris. This is an honor to be able to share my opinion, actually, with as many readers and viewers that watch this program, because, you know, dancing is very close to our heart. And we care a lot about it, and especially when you're a former champion, you want to see your style excel and really take it to the next height. So it's going to be fun to talk about this.
We have come to the runners-up, Andre and Natalie. They actually finished second in all 5 dances last night. Do you have an opinion?
Well, first of all, I marked them to win, and not because I actually really liked their dancing. It's just that on that night, for me, they were like the best of the worst in some ways, because I didn't like either one. I didn't like first or second place couple. But I marked Andre and Natalie first because I thought they were able to create a little bit more volume. They're a little bit more artistic. Their bodies were, they were working. And Natalie is so exceptional. She has this ooze about her. She's so luscious to watch. She's a beautiful woman to start with, but she also knows how to work her body. She knows what looks good on her. And Andre did not really disturb her that much. He kind of stayed away from it, even though sometimes artistically and rhythmically they're really interesting. Like in Mambo, they use a lot of the shine steps that I happen to like. Like you could tell that they're using a lot of different aspects of each dance. I'm finding that they're studying a little bit more of the authenticity of each dance, and I'm starting to see it. However, I still feel like they do a lot of interesting things that I'm not a big fan of. However, on that night, I felt like they deserved the first place, because even though you might be ranked number 1, I still want to see, especially in the World Championships, competitiveness. And I want to see that you get out there and you really give it your all. The strategy that I saw that worked for them is they started chasing Nazar. They started crowding them. In fact, so much that they were next to them the entire time. And that strategy worked for them, in my opinion, because Nazar did not have the best night because of it. I've seen Nazar dance really great when it comes to owning the dance floor. And I felt like strategically he decided to dance in the middle of the floor, which is the worst place to dance as a champion, because now you're giving everybody a shot to go at you. And Natalie and Andre did not miss that opportunity. They went after them. And in my opinion, they succeeded.
Now, if they are really going to challenge all the time against Nazar, what do you think what do they have to do?
Well, first they have to change their approach to this. They can't always have the same exact emotion for every single dance. I find that being artistic can take you so far, but you can't sit there and do 5 measures of nothing just because you're trying to be artistic. This is still called American rhythm, so where is the rhythm? Natalie is trained beautifully as a Latin dancer, and then somewhere along the way somebody told her that she needed to do press lines where she does rumba walks, and now she looks like she's walking through mud. And to me, you lost your speed and you lose your sexuality when you do that, because it becomes broken. This whole lean forward that they got going on with the posture, I don't quite understand. You're a tall, beautiful couple, stand up. The movement is supposed to be a figure 8 through your rib cage, through your hips, in more of a parallel to the ground, not necessarily in a perpendicular type of, like Leaning Tower of Pizza. So for me, I want to see them stand up, take up volume. I want to see them dance in a 3-dimensional setting. Stop dancing in front of a mirror, because the mirror is lying to them. They feel like they're being very aggressive by leaning forward, but if you turn away to the side, then it looks like a broken line. So for me, they're forgetting some of the fundamentals that made them great in Latin to apply when they're in rhythm. I feel like they have spent time studying where the dances come from. They have spent time on understanding what the fundamentals are supposed to be. However, I feel like they are not approaching it from from a good balanced place. You cannot dance off balance and expect to produce quality. And that's what I find them. I find them, their muscles, because they're leaning so far forward, stressing versus creating. And then the artistic side, which I said, you can't take 5 measures of standing still because music is telling me something else and you're standing still. If I wanted to do that, I'd watch paintings with music.
Well, all I could say, it was a very nice painting.
I didn't say it wasn't. I mean, they were my winners, so obviously, can you imagine if I didn't like you?
Okay, Tony, let's get on to the winners. So after that last analysis, I think you shouldn't go anywhere because we're coming back with more. This episode of Approach the Bar with DanceBeat is sponsored by The King's Ball, held at the Meadowlands, New Jersey from November the 30th to December the 3rd.